A Yankees insider has just revealed a huge update on Giancarlo Stanton as new details have been revealed about the star's injuries that's keeping him out of playing right now and what some of the Yankees' plans are with Giancarlo Stanton in the DH position while Stanton is out, and much more as well that we have to go over. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Yankees Digest. It's Chris here, and we're going to jump right into things as always. And guys, if you are a part of that 72% that's not subscribed, it would mean the world if you guys could subscribe. We are closing in on 6K. We're so close, guys. It's unbelievable. Let's push. Let's make that final push and get there in the next 48 hours, I believe. But let's jump right into this video because we have a lot to discuss. As we all know, Giancarlo Stanton just missed his first ever opening day in baseball after all his years in the MLB, 16-year MLB career. He missed his first opening day. Now, the New York Yankees did win the game against the Milwaukee Brewers in a 4-2. Bit of a nail-biter, but we did it as one down, 161 to go, and, well, it was without one of the Yankees' best players in Giancarlo Stanton, who's going to be out for an extended period of time. Now, Stanton dealing with tennis elbow, a.k.a. tendonitis, in both of his elbows right now, which is keeping him out, along with a calf injury that's also kind of bugging him, but shouldn't keep him out of production. It's really the elbow stuff that's keeping him out right now, as there's been a bunch of hypotheses to why this has happened or what's caused this. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what's caused it. What matters is how he can come back from it. Now, Stanton has spoke a lot about the injury, and he's very candid. He's not one to sugarcoat injuries, as we were going to see in a second, but well, we got an update from an MLB insider as SNY's Andy Martino broke a lot down. Shout out to Andy Martino, who mentioned that he's told that Stanton responded well to the PRP shots and should be able to contribute before too terribly long. There's no exact timetable, but it does not sound nearly as dire as, well, Stanton made it sound when he called the injury severe. Now, on top of that, Martino also mentioned that Yankees officials were not as alarmed as fans by Stanton's choice of words. The organization has long known Stanton as a player who does not sugarcoat injuries or provide overly optimistic prognoses. He will be out a while, don't get me wrong, but the expectation is that he'll be back with more than enough time to provide his typical late season and October heroics. Now, Stanton, yeah, look, here's the thing. He's very, I don't want to call him dramatic with his own injuries, but he does not sugarcoat his injuries at all. And part of the reason is Stanton loves baseball. He just wants to be out there playing baseball. 8 years ago, yeah, because somehow it's been 8 years, when the New York Yankees acquired Giancarlo Stanton, there was a question asked to him when he first got to New York. Now, someone's got to say it. Giancarlo Stanton's a good-looking guy, and someone asked him, what does it mean to you being one of New York's most eligible bachelors? And he's like, I don't care. I'm here to win baseball games. And that was the entire answer. He was, like, grossed out by the question because he doesn't care. He just wants to win baseball. The man's unmarried. He's just doing his thing, trying to win, and he loves baseball. He loves it so much, and he wants to play, and it kills him that he cannot be on this field right now. Almost said court. I've made a ton of Nick Digest videos today, guys. Make sure to check those out. But it's killing him to not be on the field with his team, not helping the New York Yankees succeed. Now, fun fact about Giancarlo Stanton's girlfriend or ex-girlfriend, she's dating Cody Bellinger, so that's fun. But we'll get to that probably never because they're adults. I think they could handle this situation. But, well, Giancarlo Stanton, what he's trying to handle right now more than anything is getting back on the field as soon as humanly possible while being fully healthy to get back on the field. And that's what the New York Yankees need. They need the best version of Giancarlo Stanton. And Stanton, well, he's been great for the New York Yankees. Last season, he had a .233 batting average with 97 hits, 27 home runs, and 72 RBIs in 114 games played. Obviously, he missed time. Stanton always misses time. He's missing time right now. But he's someone who's injury prone. When he plays and when he gets hot, he's truly unstoppable. And we saw that. We saw that in the playoffs when Giancarlo Stanton had a batting average of .273 with 15 hits, 7 home runs, 16 RBIs, 9 runs scored in 14 games, where he won the ALCS MVP, having an OPS over 1 at a 1.048. .273 average, slugging percentage in the 700s, which only one person was doing in the MLB season, that being obviously Aaron Judge. So, well, Giancarlo Stanton, we know, is just always there for playoffs and against the Boston Red Sox. He's always cooking on them. And look, that's going to matter this season. I mean, first of all, because the Red Sox look like a good team that'll likely make the postseason. But on top of that, just the fact that you look at Giancarlo Stanton, you look at this team, they're weaker now without Juan Soto. And they have no other option than Aaron Judge having to show up in the playoffs and be not just good. He has to be phenomenal. The Yankees made the World Series with Aaron Judge not hitting well. Now, yes, he had that home run off Emmanuel Clase. that happened. That was a huge moment for the Yankees. The game they ended up losing because Big Christmas hit that home run at the end. But at the same time, the Yankees won the series, that ALCS series, and from there going on, they obviously lost to the Dodgers. But Judge did not play well in the playoffs. He hasn't played well in the playoffs historically. He's had his series where he's been solid, but throughout most of the playoffs, Aaron Judge has struggled a lot in his career, and that's going to have to end. He doesn't have a choice without Juan Soto. The Yankees aren't a worse offensive team this season because, and maybe I'm wrong, remember, we've seen them play one game, so they could be better. But, I mean, they did cover some nice holes. They got a few different players in, but it depends on how they show up and show out for the Yankees. They were top-heavy last year around. They're going to be top-heavy this year around, it feels like, but a little bit deeper and a little less top-heavy. I still think the Yankees' offense was better last season because they had Stanton, Judge, and Soto, and that's just an incredible big three. And now without Juan Soto, Judge just has to play well in the playoffs. There's no other way around it, and Stanton's going to have to be there doing the same thing where he's effectively carrying teams. But on top of that, there also is other news to go over with the Stanton stuff. As I mentioned by Martino, that Ben Rice and Aaron Judge will, and some others, will take the DH at bats. External additions are always possible, as Cashman and his staff are never slowing down. They never stop looking for guys to bring in. So it will mainly be Ben Rice. It was Ben Rice today, and Ben Rice, he got a hit today, so there was that. I mean, look, I like Rice at this spot, at a DH spot. I mean, good in the spring training where he had 5 home runs. He had 7 all year last year, so great sign. Average was way up from a 171 to a 242. On base percentage was up. Everything was looking better. Well, the on base percentage was down, but it's going to be up. Or no, sorry. I was reading the wrong thing. It was up, obviously. On top of that, OPS 835 was great. Had 2 at bats against the Brewers today. Got a hit, scored a run. Good game from Ben Rice as their DH. So it's good to see that Ben Rice is doing his thing, but he's not always going to be the DH. There's going to be days when Austin Wells takes days off and Ben Rice goes behind center or behind the plate and is the catcher. On top of that, there will be days where Aaron Judge is stepping into the DH spot, and then Ben Rice will likely have the day off or play first base, depending on what is going on with Paul Goldschmidt. So also Paul Goldschmidt's a part of this as well. Goldie will have an impact on things for the New York Yankees, absolutely. And, well, he struggled today, and that's something to be aware of. Now, again, this is not some post-game video, but just in the effort of breaking it down. He had a great spring training, but struggled in one singular game, which, was fine. He didn't get any hits today, was out all 4 times, but you look at his spring training, he was very good. He was very productive. He had 3 home runs, 11 RBIs, had a batting average over 300, had an OPS over 1.001, but over 1. So still a phenomenal preseason from Paul Goldschmidt. The New York Yankees are going to need that from Goldie, the former MVP, to really bounce back with this contending team, as well as he'll take some days at DH as well, I imagine, just so the Yankees can keep Ben Rice fresh and on the field as much as possible as well, so they don't just pigeonhole him into a DH and then he all of a sudden hasn't played the field in like 2 months. And I don't think they'll let that happen. The Yankees, they know what they're going to be doing there. So hopefully that all works out. But guys, let me know what you think down below. Is Stanton coming back soon? When do you think he's going to be able to return? I guess we see him early May is my prediction. It feels right. I tend to also overshoot injuries and expect guys to be out longer than they are. But we'll see how that goes down. Guys, like this video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Have a great day, and go Yankees.